Oh, I am now. It had stopped for some reason. I just had to restart it.
So it's probably not the same
Yeah,
connection.
yeah, yep. But go to my channel again, and then it should say the new live thing.
Yep. Okay. There we go. Okay, now I see you.
Yep. And
Alright.
the chat will be a little delayed because I think there's like a 8 second delay between the broadcast. I mean, between live gameplay and the broadcast.
Yep, nope, perfectly. Because I can
Hmm.
hear you on there saying exact what you just said.
Yep. So yeah, and right now I'm doing a whole lot of just running around everything. Like you can see
I just
these
saw
guys
arrows
behind me.
fly by your head.
Yeah, these guys behind me are chasing me. This is a walk speed, and because of the way the combat works in this game, they have to stop to attack. So I always, as long as I'm walking, I'm moving faster than they can attack me. It's when you
Right.
stop that you get messed up. I'm not leveled up enough to fight a shitload of people right now, and like part of how the level up system works is you gotta just explore the world. And that's actually the most experience you can get is just by getting new locations.
Okay, so what is this huge ass building that's right in front of me?
This is called the Summoning Place, and this is where all these cannibals live and worship their god. That's about as far as I'm going in there, because there's way too many of them for me right
You're gonna
now.
go in there? Okay.
Just like 50 feet or something, and it'll say the Summoning Place. You've discovered the Summoning
I
Place.
saw it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, when I get those things, usually, like right now, a lot of what you'll see me doing is exactly what I just did: run in, run out, not even fight anybody. I could fight these things, but like these guys, they're not too tough. Um, but uh, oh shit, she's calling me now.
Ow! Ow!
Yeah,
Fuck
sometimes
you!
sometimes you cut their fucking heads right off and everything. All right, I'll be right back. Just 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I know you're moving, so I know you're there. Hey, I can hear you. Is this your base? Bro, come on, talk to me.
Alright, sorry about that. The old lady was calling. Usually I don't have any trouble climbing this. For some reason, my Conan is a no-can, so.
I was about to say, like, dude, I can see you moving, so why are you
Yeah.
ignoring me?
I had to take my headset off real quick to take a call.
Yeah, I got it.
But, alright. I'm actually gonna make it up this time. Yay! This place is called the Tower of Bats, and when I come up here, it was to achieve this thing. These are... the fuck do they call them? Giant King Obelisk. I call them talk rocks.
In the beginning, it was thus. The
Talk rocks, yeah, because they talk to you when you touch them.
cold winds of cosmic space blowing through it. We have not forgotten our origin, slave, nor the immensity of the void. Nightly, the Star Dreamers search the heavens for
It
their
is
wisdom.
gorgeous, dude. Like, I think that the visuals are great. Like, the way the mechanics of everything works, pretty good. The fighting is got a lot of updates coming. And so we'll be able to do, like, more moves and more combinations. Oh, I wasn't able to explain this. I took my armor off because it's too heavy for me to climb with it on. It limits your movability.
That's what I figured.
Yep.
That's what I figured was that it was that you couldn't climb because of your armor.
Yeah.
Took it off. I was
Yeah.
like, naked, and I was like, why? I think
Yeah.
that's
Yep. It's like, oh shit. Your armor will be heavy, but it'll also, like, it affects your flexibility. You know what I mean? Your ability to reach up over your head, basically, because of your shoulder pads and whatnot. So yeah, it does affect your climbing. So sometimes just stripping your armor off, you'll get up over something. As things progress, like there's a volcano that has a city in it, and we have to go there and do things, and that requires a special set of armor.
Oh, not a friend. We worked at GameStop,
Mm-hmm.
but me and him are really acquainted.
Yep.
So, but he talked about Conan, and he said that like, they built a base that was like really high up in the mountains.
Yep.
To where no one could even dare come and take him out because.
Right, because alright, there's these potions that you can drink to realign your stats and stuff.
Right.
Alright, so 8 seconds and you'll see my attributes screen. So these are your stats. You got like strength, agility, vitality, grit, encumbrance, all that stuff. Grit and survival are kind of different. Like, strength is very specifically how hard you hit stuff. Agility is how well you climb and run, and vitality is how well you take a hit without dying. Your grit is kind of a combination of vitality and agility, and survival is a combination between like strength and agility, I guess, or something. It's a little bit more than that, though. It's weird. It's hard to describe, but like your survival and your grit will affect how well you survive being attacked or take hits and stuff like that.
Right.
But they like your grit will also, the more grit you have, the further you can climb, as well as your agility. So it's you'll probably notice my accuracy is 0 because I don't use a bow. This game has a system where if you get steady hands, maybe something.
So strength, agility, and vitality
Mm-hmm.
are like the most important.
They generally, yes, but you still need to have like a fair amount of grit and survival and stuff. Like my survival won't get any higher than it is right now because all I need that for is because sometimes like when you harvest animals, if you don't have something in in your weapon wheel, my weapon wheel will come up in a second, and you'll see that there's an empty spot on the right side of it. So if I were to harvest an animal, the raw meat would go in that empty slot. Okay. And then if I'm in a hurry trying to do something and I tried to take my shield out, I might accidentally hit that raw meat and eat it, which would poison me. Unless I have my attributes high enough in my survival that I have the raw and bloody perk where I do not have to cook raw meat to avoid food poisoning. The only thing is raw meat does 0 for helping you with hunger, or it'll keep you from starving to death, but you'll have to eat it like constantly. You're really better off to just build a fire. The raw and bloody thing I use just as a failsafe, so in case I accidentally eat something I'm not supposed to. But, alright, so the sun is setting. I was actually hoping to get into the unnamed city, and this is a dangerous fucking mission, so. There's gonna be a pet system comes out really soon, where we're gonna be able to, like, there'll be baby hyenas with his hyenas and stuff, and you'd be able to go scoop up a hyena and bring it home and put it in a cage and raise it. And I think that the hyenas are basically would be guard dogs. But there are other animals like the rock nose. If you get a rock nose, I think it helps you with like sulfur or metal. I can't remember which it is. It's something like that. Yeah. Yeah, the hyenas will chase you for quite a while. These guys actually aren't even a big concern. Those skeletons over there are going to be a big concern. Because they shoot arrows that will slow me down if they hit me in the ankles and stuff. And I have to be really careful not to use too much stamina and not be able to do anything. It sucks. But this is the unnamed city. This is usually one of the later places that I would go to. But like I said, I'm trying to level up and do stuff. And I'm on stream so I can show you some of this stuff. And I do not have enough water to make this trip. I need to go back to the river. I discovered the Dawn Gate. Skeletons. But yeah, I just need to run back to the river real quick. I thought I had more water on me than that. That's definitely not enough to make a trip in there. The unnamed city, you get corruption while you're in there. Corruption is kind of like a magical influence on you that lowers your not your vitality, but your health bar and your stamina bar. So if you stayed in corruption zones too long, you could get your health and your stamina down to halfway. That's as far as it'll go down. So there's a lot of harvestable things. I've skipped over a lot of that stuff. Okay, 10 minutes. All right. Sweet. You might have an update after the download, but dude, and that right there. Yeah. Climbing in this game is like, I think the greatest reason that I love this game over Ark is because I can just run and jump off of a cliff and then turn around and grab the side of it and slide down it. It's beast mode. I love that.
That's cool, because like you don't have a lot of games like that. Like,
no.
You know, like I'm a Marvel fan.
Mhm.
Huge Marvel fan. Well, you got like heroes that just like fall down skyscrapers and they use their arm to slide down.
Yep.
Slide down the freaking building. So,
Yeah, like Cable did in Deadpool 2.
When, like, if you were like in real life,
Mhm.
like if you were falling down and you dropped,
Yep.
you not try to.
Absolutely. Klingon. Yeah, you got no fingernails when you get to the bottom, but hey, you made it to the bottom.
Yeah. And you got there well enough where you could protect yourself.
It just came up a different way. Now it's getting dark.
It was intentional. There's a lot of people that try to go on the
Right?
If it was unintentional, then yeah, you would definitely try to
Oh yeah, Klingon.
trick
Oh
your
yeah.
way down.
Alright, so this is a named city. Alright, so the borders of the world are what's called a ghost wall. The ghost wall is like a magical barrier that was originally intended to power these bracelets that were created to help these two species of creatures from different planes of existence communicate with each other. Yeah, the skeletons. There's shit I can do about that, because there's a lot of them. They got fucking arrows. I can serpentine a little bit, but... the arrows, like, they'll slow you down and stuff. It's the swords and shit these little bastards carry that are dangerous. Anyways, so the giant kings of these, well, really tall motherfuckers. You'll see one in a second. They were all extinct except for one, I think. I think there's one left. And I can talk to him too, but he's over there by the 4 fires in the distance. He's not on fire, he's just next to the fire. Batman just screamed at me. Alright, so, again, these guys, okay, so the humans weren't from this world. They lived on an island on the edge of, like, the sea that brought them to here, but, like, it's almost like it's on a different plane of existence altogether. It's on Earth, but it's kind of not. It's really fucking weird. And so the humans' island that they used to live on sunk into the ocean, and they had to leave there, basically like Atlantis. When they washed ashore... Yeah, when they washed ashore, though, the people that lived there, even though they had some experience with those people, then they traded with them, they enslaved the peoples whose island went under. So then they were enslaved, I think, 50 or 100 years or something like that, and then the queen of those peoples came up with a plan to liberate them, and they moved here, basically. So they... some of it, and yeah, you will come here and stuff, but,
Do not be afraid, bonded one.
I needed to learn
I
the
am just a
cartography and
shadow,
stuff.
a whisper of what once was. Before the fall, when this kingdom raised knighted pillars of black stone to the sky, I was called the Archivist. Have you come to seek a way?
He's too
free
tall,
of
I
the
can't look
bonded
up at his
bracelet
face,
you
but their mouths don't move anyway,
There's
so.
only one chance, and a very slim one at that.
So yeah, there was a war between
must
these two
assemble the
peoples.
items of power,
It led to the
present
decline of
and
the
its
giant
creation.
kings.
The
And
diadem of the giant kings.
what I'm doing
The
here,
mask of the witch queen.
I'm not actually going
The
to talk to
tears
this
of
guy
two
too long. What I'm
races,
doing here
the
was
star
learning how to
of
make
the
one of
giant.
these map rooms
The
like
heart
I'm
of the
in.
sands.
The map room is quick travel.
The serpent
You'll be able to,
rings.
like, when I make one, you'll be able to go to like these things on the ends and fast travel to obelisks that are in the world. You will. Yeah, but it's like not right when you join, no, because the travel in here is extremely precarious, and the only reason I come in here at this level is because I've done this so many times before. When the first time we played this game, dude, I was like level 60 before I was really even able to get out of camp. But it was because I had very little experience fighting with things, and it was a pain in the butt. And it also... This guy won't. The skeleton's outside, and there are dragons out there that will. Huh?
Why would they have to talk to their king?
That's not the king. He's just the archivist, and he's a ghost. He's basically the town historian, And the only reason he's even available to talk to is because he loved history so much that he haunts his library. It's basically what it is. Yep, there's a dragon right there. It's not easy to see. Not easy to see, but there's a dragon right there. And a whole bunch more fucking skelly dudes. Alright, so we're gonna go... This guy, these guys did have a king. He was called the Priest King, and he was, I think he was, yeah, the Priest King. And he basically was like the religion, kind of like the Pope. You know how the Pope is like the king of fucking Catholics? That's kind of the way he is. He was the religious leader. And then you have another dude who's called the War Maker, who's the guy I'm going to go speak to right now. And he was basically like the general of the armies and stuff. He's the only survivor of this whole shitstorm. Because these guys got betrayed from within and were convinced to summon basically a demon that manifested in the form of a sandstorm. It was supposed to scour the earth of the enemies of the Triumvirate. Well, in the case of the situation at hand, the enemies of the Triumvirate were actually themselves. They because of some shit that happened, they ended up it ended up turning on them because they did some really nasty shit in the course of the whole war. But that guy up there by that skeleton is the War Maker. I just got to get these. Oh shit! That dragon was following me. Oh no, 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 I got tired.
I told you guys, it takes 2 hours to get hard. And you go, okay.
Yeah.
And then, came back, it was gone.
Yeah, like I said, it was bedtime.
I was like, I'm here!
Shit. You guys just need to get bored and walk off. That's it. Just go away.
I was sorry. I think it's a great game.
Yeah, I liked Ark a lot as well.
I did, like,
It's just, you know how when you play Ark, it's always those situations. Yeah, you know how in Ark,
a lot of bad reps.
right? Because it was. I mean, it still is a little bit laggy. Honestly, it's.
The dinosaur stuff.
Yeah. But it seems like that when these guys created this game, they talked to people who played Ark and say, what can we do to make Ark better? And then they did that on this game.
I smell you, human. The stench, ashes and dust.
You in?
Human. Ashes and dust.
I'm on.
All that remains of what we once were.
Going through the Conan stuff.
Yep, it might be. You might be all set.
The iron scent of blood as I pass the temple of the old serpent.
Yeah.
The thrumming power in my veins.
There's a woman on a cross.
Yep, she is a very important story character. Her name is Razma of Shem. That's what her name is. She's a princess from a faraway land.
They left her there to starve.
Yep. Yeah. They didn't even. Well, it's not the nails of the crucifixion that kills you. It's actually hanging from your wrists, or your arms, or whatever. Oh shit! This is the fucking aviary. I don't want to be here.
Sandstorm.
Yes.
Slave, if you have been chosen to
Those are what are they called? Sand beasts.
complete our errands. Prepare the flesh in the sacrifice pits. They see your
Those things, they look pretty tough, but they're actually pretty easy to kill once you get the right
allows us
weapons.
to rule our empire, carrying the decrees of the Triumvirate across the land.
Chop the head off, yeah.
Feed themselves as they travel. They are
Right,
intelligent.
he punched his
enough
blade in
to
the
never
other one's
lose
back,
their
and then
way.
another one tackled him.
Like you,
While the blade was still stuck in the fucking.
they make
you know.
excellent servants.
Yeah, definitely after I played this game.
Was awesome.
Yeah, the prologue's epic. After I played the game, I had to go back and watch some of the movies to help some of this stuff make sense. But
God is gone, swallowed by the darkness. and
you know what? Not
desolation.
just the Arnold Schwarzenegger one, but the
Winged
Jason
demon
Momoa one too.
screeches a haunting dirge as it
They
flees with my
that one.
companion
No,
towards
oh,
the
that one is
stars.
better, dude. I loved the original
Since we
Conan
took
movies,
our
but the
first
Jason
steps
Momoa
into
one
the
was
sea.
fucking
I knew
awesome.
that something was waiting for us.
So,
Darkness is a tide, lapping at the shore of
Yep,
my
and
sanity,
then
eroding it.
well, what you want to do is
seeks the
just
moon's
go
light
to
to know
my name in the party and just join me,
Winds cast
and you'll come right
insane
into the lobby
shadows
that
on the
I'm in.
landscape, and they cast a shadow
And then
on my
after that,
mind. The past and the present run together in my mind, and I am a slave rushing to help my master. And
yep.
I am
Alright,
a
so
woman screaming in
alright,
the
so we're in a
ruins, and
PvE session,
I
and
am
if
a
I'm not
god
on, then
planning
you would go
wars
there
and
and then
wickedness,
change a
and
tab to
I
history
am a
and
sandstorm, scouring the lands, and I am
a lot of people are
myself
yeah. There's a
Alone.
lot more PvPs though.
exiled.
Do I go to the server name? Or
Invite friends, players in party, and invite, and that's what you do.
oh, there you are. Okay, I see your invite.
Okay, I'm gonna also stop the
Yeah, you-
broadcast.